Three guys were up on the rooftop watching a meteor shower, when suddenly they spotted one heading straight for them. By the time they realized what was happening, the meteor crashed right into their house. The three of them just stood there staring at the hole in the floor. What made it worse was that it was a rental. They couldn't afford the repair costs. To hide the damaged floor, they decided to move a couch over the hole, but one of them accidentally got his foot stuck in the hole. The other two were about to help him out when they heard their landlord's voice from downstairs. One friend told the other to handle the rescue, while he went to distract the landlord. He rushed downstairs and greeted her enthusiastically. Meanwhile, his buddy was trying his best to free the trapped guy, but the harder they tried, the worse it got. Not only couldn't they get his leg out, it got stuck even deeper, and the landlord could hear the commotion upstairs. Just as she was about to look up, his friend quickly stood on his tiptoes to block her view, but the landlord insisted on going upstairs to check. Seeing the foot dangling from the ceiling behind him, his friend panicked, and the moment she stood up, he lunged forward and wrapped her in his arms, then passionately confessed his love to the landlady. She was completely stunned. The guy then pulled the landlord outside. The landlady gently told him they weren't right for each other because of their age difference. The guy was secretly thrilled he could finally get out of this mess. He immediately put on a dejected look, apologized to the landlord, and turned to leave, but then she grabbed his hand and said, "Actually, maybe we could give it a try." The guy froze on the spot, so they went on their first date. At the fancy restaurant, the guy started wolfing down his food, doing everything he could to ruin his image, but his authentic eating style only made the landlady like him more. After dinner, they started walking hand in hand, but the guy felt more and more uneasy about the whole thing, so he abruptly let go of her hand, planning to come clean about everything. That's when the landlord's son came running over. Seeing how buff the guy was, our hero broke out in a cold sweat. Then the landlady's other son showed up too. This one was a taekwondo instructor. The guy was sweating bullets now. He forced himself to stay calm and said hello. Then the landlord happily introduced the guy. The sons understood their mom's feelings, but they didn't want her getting scammed by some bad guy. They immediately threatened him, warning him not to make their mother unhappy. The guy was so scared he snapped to attention, not daring to say another word. He quietly leaned against the landlady's shoulder. When he got home and told his friends what happened, all they cared about was that they wouldn't have to worry about paying for repairs anymore.